On today's video, I'm going to be replacing the cutting bars on this HS46C Hedge trimmer. Here's a look at the two bars that were on there. As you can see, both tips are broke off, so it needed to be replaced. In the video, I'm going to show you step by step how I remove the bar, how I lube up the grease box, and how I put everything back together, and how to also check the spark arrestor. So with that, let's jump right into the video and I'll show you guys how it's done.
The first thing we're going to do is take this gearbox cover off. It's held on by 4 bolts. This will expose the end of the blades. Now I'm going to start removing the screws along this blade. The very first section is going to have a nut built into the unit, so you're not going to have a removable nut, but all these other sections are going to have a removable nut. It's going to have a washer, it's going to have the bolt, and it's going to have a spacer. Go ahead and remove the screws all the way down. Underneath the 2 sections of blade between the top bar is another washer. Go ahead and leave those washers in place. That way you don't forget to install the washers when you're putting the new blades on. Now go ahead and remove the old blades. Depending on how the gearbox is aligned, you might have to lightly rotate it so that way the blade comes off. Here's the secondary washers that I was telling you about. Just go ahead and leave those right there. Also on the end, you got the bullnose tip. Go ahead and leave that there as well. Now go ahead and put your new blades on. Make sure that they're going the same way as your old blades were. If you put them on the wrong way, they won't reciprocate right. And if you put these in place carefully, the washers underneath will not move out of place. Go ahead and align the holes. Now put your hardware back on and go all the way down the blade. After you got everything on hand tight, go ahead and tighten them all the way down. Make sure you don't over tighten these. If you put them on too tight, the blades will not reciprocate. If you put them on there too loose, your hardware will rattle off and you'll end up losing it. So you need to find a happy medium where everything's nice and snug, but not too tight. And I'm going to go ahead and grease the gearbox. Some hedge trimmers will have a threaded hole that you can take this tube and screw it into, but this particular one didn't have it, so I'm doing it manually. Just liberally apply the grease like I did. I'm using a tube of Stihl gearbox grease. Check in the description. I will put a link to my Amazon affiliate account that has this grease that you can purchase. Something I always do is pull the spark arrestor off of hedge trimmers. Usually they're gummed up like this. I'm going to take the torch to it, heat it up, melt all this stuff off. Turn it nice and orange there, and then as soon as I've got all the stuff burnt off, I'm going to scrape it off with a brush. This will give you better airflow out of the exhaust. It makes the machine run better. Make sure you're using a wire brush, because if you use a plastic brush on hot metal, it's going to melt. Now I'm going to insert the spark arrestor back into the muffler. I have to turn it by hand a few times just to get it started, but it is quite hot. So once I get it started, I'm going to take my needle nose pliers the rest of the way and button it down. I'm going to dump out the old gas and put some fresh gas in it before I start it. It appears as though those blades aren't moving, but they are moving really fast. You just can't notice it. Here's a Stihl oil lubricant and resin remover that I use on the blades. The oil lubricates and reduces rust. The resin remover will take the sap off and keep it from binding up the blades. You should be using this on your hedge trimmer blades every time you use it when you're going to store them. After you spray the blades, run the unit for about 5 to 10 seconds.
As you can see, a pretty straightforward repair. Only took about 15-20 minutes. So just leave yourself a little bit of time to grease the gearbox, check the spark arrestor while you're at it. Not super hard. I do recommend putting that Hedge cleaner on here. It's a 2-in-1 product by Stihl. That helps lubricate the bar and make sure that you're getting the sap off so it's not sticking, because what will happen when it's soft and pliable, it'll eventually set up and turn to cement. And then the next time you go to use your Hedge trimmers, they won't reciprocate because they'll be glued together. And make sure you guys are greasing your gearbox like I did in the video. Sometimes the gearboxes will have a grease port where you can screw the tube into, and then you can push the grease in. And of course, don't forget to check the spark arrestor. Spark arrestors on Hedge trimmers usually have a lot of buildup just because of the time they spend idling. So if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys drop a like down below and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other content for repair videos that I do on a daily basis. And make sure you guys are checking out the description down below after the video. In the description, I'm going to have my Amazon affiliate marketing links. Those links are a great way you guys can help support the channel financially. And you can also pick up some great tools. I'm going to list the tools that I use in the video, as well as relevant products. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, checking out my channel, and watching the videos. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night.